Hey everybody, Dana Stovern here with the Magic of Somatic Money, back to do the new 5D money timelines and gateways for our upcoming week. I had actually hoped to do just a little bit of a transition of the timelines and gateways coming off of Hurricane Milton. Couple of things going on. I am a bit under the weather because these energies are hitting me particularly hard, and I'm doing a lot of my own processing work right now. But I started looking at the astrology that we have going down for the next couple of days, and holy fuck balls, people. Like, this is stuff that's gonna peel the paint off the wall. So I need to let you know part of the reason why we've got all these timelines stacked up against one another. So let me flip the camera around and let's go ahead and get into it and take a look at this. So what I want you to see here is what we've actually just gone through a little bit. Didn't have this last time. Jupiter turning around and going retrograde. This is where Hurricane Milton hit, and then, if you remember from my last update, picked up on two gateways, energy gateways with timelines that then stack up into timelines all through into next week, which I have not seen yet, and that was rather disturbing to me. Now, yesterday, Friday the 11th, Pluto went direct, and you could really feel that turnaround. Everything felt pretty stuck yesterday. Yesterday was a very uncomfortable day. I am going to start marking UFO sightings. We've had an uptick of those, which would make sense that if we're doing a lot of energy stuff like this is when our astral friends tend to show up. I've seen a couple of postings of that today. Today is Saturday, October the 12th, and I am recording this around 3 p.m. in the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. We're in our second energy gateway day with a timeline jump. Really began feeling that yesterday and today, and we had a pretty gnarly Chiron square Mars while Sun is squaring Mars. So if you had a lot of emotional and energetic impact, that's what's going on there. And then we're already beginning to feel, look at this stack up. Sun square Mars, Mercury into Scorpio, Sun trine Jupiter, Mercury square Pluto, Chiron square Mars, and Chiron opposition Sun. So this day right here, to me, and then we've got the timeline jump in there cosmically. This is going to be one that goes down in the books that's energetically going to peel the paint off the walls. Like, I saw this and I was like, holy fuck balls. That's why I'm on here today, so you guys can see this. Then Monday is no slouch either. We've got a Sun square Mars, a Sun trine Jupiter that has gone retrograde, a Venus opposition Uranus, a Chiron opposition the Sun, and a Chiron square Mars. Then it begins to taper off. We've got a Sun square Mars, Venus trine Neptune. Then we've got a Venus sextile Pluto, and then Venus moves into Sagittarius. We've got some lovely quincunxes and sextiles there on both of those days. And I'm beginning to mark these. We have had really high level solar activity. That's some of the orange stuff. And we did have quite a bit of Schumann's res going on through here. Now, Schumann's res is tapered off. I did pendulum check for Schumann's res, and Spirit Team says the concern is more towards the end of the week. So, but the solar flares and Schumann's res are not creating any timeline jumps. So if they do show up, I don't expect them to have an overarching power to them. Now, as far as how this is affecting our money, I'm pulling the Somatic Money Oracle deck cards. I really haven't had a chance to go in depth on those simply because I'm really heavy duty processing a lot of my own work right now. But I did pull a few cards just to give us an inkling, and these won't be a surprise for you. The first card that came up was not a surprise. This is a great time to have resilient financial boundaries. With all of the astrology, timeline jumps, and everything going on, having resilient financial boundaries is going to be a great thing to have. And then taking care of yourself and your money in a loving money home. These kind of go hand in hand. Then it's also going to be a great time to be paying attention to how your EQ money is working right now. And then also, not a surprise, the trigger cards, they just kept falling out of the deck. I mean, seriously, I could have had the other 2 trigger cards in here. These just kept falling out. So don't be surprised if through this space you have a ton of triggers going on. And so it's going to be really important to pay attention to what are you doing with your EQ money work? Are you going back to your sacred loving money home? And are you being really clear about your resilient financial boundaries? Okay, so that's what I've got for you today. And Spirit Team wants to give one more message update in here. It's this sense of, if you are feeling spun, if you are feeling disoriented, if you are feeling out of sorts, if you are feeling like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard and nothing makes sense and it's all kind of blowing up, anything along those lines is really, really, really understandable and normal right now. Like, just before I got on here, I was pendulum checking through like these timeline jumps. Like, are they, the hurricane driven, sun driven, astrological driven? And it came back with like, yes, and it's cosmic, and yes, there's some other forces at work here. And so you need to know that we're not walking on level ground right now. We really are not. And finding your footing, if you're feeling disoriented, finding your footing is not a very easy thing to do right now. So there's a sense of like, don't be so hard on yourself. Really take it. It's almost kind of like take it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and just walk through this thing till we get to about the 16th. I think by about the 16th, we're going to find our footing again, get back to a little bit more level footing. But we are really in the swing of some very intense stuff, some very gnarly stuff, a lot of sea changes with the planetary shifts going on as well. So like, it's okay to give yourself some cushion room and be kind to yourself and give grace to your neighbor. This is not a time, especially tomorrow, this is not a time to be pushing forward, especially financially. Like, I would like time out until middle or end of this coming into the week. So I think that's all I can give to you at this point with the wherewithal that I have right now. I'm hoping to catch up with you pretty soon with a little bit more solid information, but we're kind of in the spin of it right now. So I hope you're taking good care of yourself. I hope you're doing as best as you possibly can with everything going on. And I will see you in the next video.